Good evening, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am Guy, coming to you live from Applewood Station, where it is 23 degrees Celsius. I don't see anybody else in my duck pond. Just me. I see Brent. Why do I not see Brent on the thingy? Oh, oh, maybe I don't understand the thingy. I see two Brents and still no response on my thingy. I don't know what that means then anymore. They keep updating this, and now I can't. They used to have a how many people are watching your show thing up here counter, and that's gone. I don't know. What do I know? All right. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Well, we do what we do, I guess. Yeah. No notifications. I mean, I'm not getting anything in my upper controller here. Huh. I'm clearly on air. Hey. Hmm. We even have a fourth Brent. We even have not just a fourth Brent, but a first Kayan.
Hello?
Hello. We have four Brents.
Why do we have four Brents?
Because if you look in the upper left-hand corner up there where it used to say, oh, we got five Brents now. Used to say up there in the upper
That's
left.
way too many Brents.
I know, right? We're just having a. But no, you know in the upper left-hand corner where it used to show us how many people were watching?
Yeah.
You notice that there's nothing up there anymore. It's gone.
Yes.
And we've got four Brents on here, five Brents, and it should say at least five, but it doesn't. They've made some kind of modification.
Well, and apparently also it streams live to Twitch now? Or
Yes.
the site formerly known as not Twitch, Twitter.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
it now streams live to the site formerly known as Twitter.
You do or I do? I mean, because I think.
No, Restream does. That was one of the new things they put in.
Right. Well, we are offline for Can Arts because we need to apparently reassign that or something.
Okay.
We're also offline for Quack, which means that. No, it's just Quack.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right. I will swap places and. Now you can't even see the stream anymore. So you get for being goofy over there. Welcome back.
I saw that earlier today.
Trying to decide which will work best. I guess this will work best.
You're gonna cause yourself to lose because you're doing mass chaos. Stop it.
Ask yes.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. I'm like, dude, just stop. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I read it. And it's like, what are you guys doing?
All right.
Unless they're being paid a lot of money by the news things to say that.
I'm paid a lot of money. I'm not paid any money. What am I talking about? I'm an artist. What do I know, right?
Come on.
Okay. Let's think this through, guy. There we go. I've temporarily muted Kayan so he can have his discussion. All right. Let's talk. Brent, we got to figure this out. I've got a whole bunch of really great scenes and not a story. I really don't have a story. And this is bothering me, and I'm disturbed by it. And that light drives me crazy. So I'm trying to figure out how to solve that issue. So let's think about it. Where did we end up? We ended up with hi for Bellatrix Rising Momentary Ghosts. Right? So, hi, here's Moment. Moment's a mess. And we have a girl who speaks English. There are a couple of things that, unfortunately, after I thought about it, it wouldn't be that weird to have people who speak English. Yeah, Bellatrix. Sorry. It's Bellatrix night. I'm staying on schedule as I'm supposed to do. It's Bellatrix night. So, thinking it through, I have a situation where we left well, for one, let's think stuff through. One, English is uncommon, but not weird necessarily. Ah, Kayan is back.
Baby.
I have muted you. I have unmuted you now.
Yay.
We were getting snippets of your conversation, so we decided that I was deciding that maybe I'll just mute you for right now.
Especially I didn't realize that my headset was still in. It's like,
it's all good. Not a problem.
So did you see the new page I sent you?
Yeah. I mean, unless you've sent them in the last 20 minutes.
This page.
Oh, I haven't seen that page. That's a good page. I like that page.
How does this even work?
I don't know. Whatever you're trying to do, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Although you could do this.
There. I think it's good action to go from this page where he's charging her to this page where she slams into him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now I'm trying to figure out the next page.
As much as I absolutely love bringing in the Commonwealth, I don't think I'm going to be bringing them in. I think I'm going to cut them out. I've got a bunch of really cool scenes, but not a story. And that's my problem. So I'm spending tonight kind of rethinking through some of these things and kind of dinking with it and messing with the story.
I was thinking through this.
Brent's here.
I'm here. You're having the crisis of knowledge, so I figured I'd join in that, and also I need an excuse to paint some minis.
You know, I gotta crank up the volume on Can. Really quiet.
Am I good on volume?
You're great. Can, on the other hand,
Am I too soft?
you are too soft at the moment. I've turned you all the way up that I can hear.
Let's see if there's something I can do here.
All right. Looking at the story, we've set up everything. So we have problem moment.
Moment needs a moment.
Yeah, moment needs a moment. Solve the problem on moment, which is solved by opening up the thread. Which is solved only for the readers and not for anybody else.
So I have a question for you.
I have an answer for you. You may not like it. I'm just saying.
Quality of the answer is based off the quality of the question.
So Christina Badham,
Yeah.
posted this thing about spoons.
Yeah.
What is this theory? Like, I don't understand it. I don't have enough information about it.
So the theory of spoons is that every one of us can handle only so many things in life. And at some point, you've overloaded or you've run out of spoons. So you sort of give each thing in life a spoon, so to speak. So, for example, being here on the stream tonight, a great example of this is my group right now wants to play Borderlands 2. I don't want to play Borderlands 2 with them anymore because I'm out of spoons. Not because I don't want to play Borderlands, but I'm doing all these things. I've got school, I've got work, I've got a kid, I've got to figure out how to make money. You know what I mean? Like, there's just too many things going on in my life. I'm out of spoons, and that's what that means. I actually prefer to say spells in my spell list because it seems better to be more like D&D, where you have a whole bunch of first level spells that you can do. You can really only do 1 or 2 fifth level spells, sort of thing, But yeah, that's what she's talking about. I think that's what she's talking. I hope that's what she's talking about. Did she post it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you? There you are. So you're not going to be playing Borderlands now, guys?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to play Borderlands.
Which makes sense. I mean, that game, like, you have to really like Borderlands to get into some of the other stuff. It's like,
Oh, well, we played Borderlands all the way to the end. This is the DLC. That makes it even different. I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean that I should clarify. I have already played Borderlands, which makes this even more like I don't need to do. And I actually did. I really enjoyed playing all the way through to the very end. And I really did enjoy playing it with my friends and stuff like that. I don't have the ability to. I don't have the ability. I don't have the spoons. I'm just double checking to see if she's talking about the same thing I'm talking about.
You have too much on your plate right now.
Yeah, just too much on your plate, too much whatever. You know what? I could search for her. Like, I can't find her. Why can't I find her? Well, you could search. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well, so, I mean, this seems to be more of specializing these things, like, usually whenever, because she posted it here and I see it, she's saying 1 spoon to get out of bed, 2 spoons to read and study, 3 spoons to socialize, 4 spoons to go to work. That's why I said I kind of like the D&D thing a little bit better, because like getting out of bed is a first level spell. Reading and studying, first level spell. Socializing, that might be a second level spell, but kind of getting up there. But for me, going to work, that's a 5th level spell. So if you need me to do something else, like go to the post office or something, that's another 5th level spell. And so I only have position for 1. I can only handle 1 5th level spell. So I can't do. The idea is that you can't assign me the task of going to work and going to the post office in the same day. I can't deal with it. So I think everybody's spells are also different. Like, what might be a 5th level spell for me might not be a 5th level spell for you. Anyway, that's my theory. I'm sticking to it.
Sometimes you just gotta say no to things. I'll put it that way. So, guys, let's talk through your conundrum with your story.
I just need to reorganize it so it's more clear. Because there's 2 plot lines that need to be dealt with. 1, how do we deal with the girl? Which before it was, ooh, magical girl. And now I'm like, you know what? They wouldn't think she's that magical. Not because of anything other than you have people traveling at close to the speed of light. There's going to be people who are closer to the time of the diaspora. There will always be people who were speaking English or whatever showing up all of a sudden. And I kind of tried to kludge it in the last version of it, and I'm just like, this isn't working. What needs to happen is they need to say, she speaks English, and so that means we're probably going to have to educate her and bring her up to speed. But they're going to kind of treat her like she just showed up, not like she's anything special. They're just going to be like, she speaks English, but we're going to have to get her to learn the language and everything like that.
Oh man, she's been in cryo sleep for so long she has no clue what's going on in the world nowadays.
Right, exactly. We'll just have to bring her up to speed. So that's one of the things. Like, it shouldn't be that complicated. They won't be that freaked out. Because one of the points that James had brought up, my buddy James, was if she's special, then they're not going to turn a blind eye on her and let her escape for the story purposes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I'm not saying she needs to escape, but I mean, for the story purposes, I need her to leave the ship for a little while. And so she can't be special, otherwise the military is not going to let her go. You know, they'll put her in nice quarters, but they're not going to let her go.
They still might not let her go.
Yeah.
Like, even if, okay, the fact that she's speaking English means that a lot of time has passed.
Right.
They aren't just going to let her leave the ship, because that means that they are letting a potential human go off into a universe and could potentially cause a war without intending to.
Well, that's what I was kind of saying is if that's the case, they won't let her go. So we have to somehow downplay it a little bit more. And as I thought it through, people left Earth in various different spaceships. Some were going faster than light and some weren't. And so she could have been traveling on a spaceship that just didn't go faster than light, you know, and was traveling for a long time, not faster than light, at which time, and there could be a lot of people out there doing that. There could be people right now traveling across the galaxy and non-faster than light. I did kind of like the thread that I picked up that said that she was from an English-speaking like city or commune on Moment, where she tells them that's the thing she tells them is, you know, oh, I'm from an English-speaking commune on Moment. You know, Dad wouldn't let me speak any other languages. You know, so she kind of pretends like she's from this century. But yeah, I've got to somehow downplay it because I need her to leave the ship. Otherwise, she will end up doing magic on the ship and people going, I noticed that, you know. So kind of do have to let that happen somehow.
If nothing else, the AI would go, "Way, whoa.
Right. Somebody would notice the fact that she is doing magical thingies and whatever, you know, she's using the force, whatever you want to call it. Somebody would notice it.
Okay, so you could always do I was in this particular town or wherever on Moment as part of we had to go shopping for some certain particular supplies. And my family is traditionalist.
Yeah. That's what I think I'll do is run with the traditionalist thing. Because that's probably the best move.
Because couldn't you also have, I can't remember your cat's name in there.
Max.
Yeah, couldn't you have Max kind of a drawing of Max right by her? Go, hey, it's been a few hundred years, so play it like this.
Yeah, that's
In other
probably
words,
the
we're
best.
going to be stuck here forever.
So maybe the scene should be her in sick bay, asleep when Max shows up.
And it brings Max in as a character a little bit earlier than you probably initially wanted.
Right.
You could also have it as like a voiceover type thing, so you don't have to show Max.
Right. Well, he's already established that no one else can see him as long as he's playing fast and loose with the AI.
Yeah.
Like the AI doesn't see him as long as he's playing games with the AI to keep away from the AI. So that would work. Okay, so she's in sleep bay or sick bay. We'll figure out whether that goes there. Play it this way. That's good because you'll know something is going down with these two.
Mm-hmm.
You won't know what, and I like that adds a little mystery, right? Here goes the cat. Says, okay, it's been a while. I need to brief you real quickly here. Play it like this. You're gonna have to pretend that you were
Before you open your eyes,
right.
We gotta play this cool kid.
Right.
And there you go. And it brings a little bit of mystery of who she is too.
Right. I like that. Okay, so that's a thing on the timeline. Now, I've decided that we don't need the extra problem of. I like the ships blowing up because that gives a what the hell's going on in moment, which can be cured by her bringing the thread to moment. Because once she does, it'll stop the weird gravitational stuff that's destroying spacecraft. So that's good because that solves that problem with the same thing. So both of these solve that problem. And then, so we'll blow up a spaceship. Blow up spaceship. Blow up the freighter.
That or you just have Max go, hey, I'm going to create a distraction for you too. So.
No, this one's the thread being unanchored.
Okay.
So the story doesn't explain totally what's going on, but there's a thread that appeared when she appeared, and it's loose at the moment and just kind of flipping around in the system all over the place, which is causing a good deal of gravitational distortion, and it's what caused Moment to move and all of that stuff. And so what she's going to do is she's going to use the force, so to speak, because there's the force in this, but it's not the same. But she's going to use the force, so to speak, to grab that thread and pull it at the end of the story and tie it down to Moment. And originally, I had all of these other pieces going on where we had, the Commonwealth showing up and things like that, and that just became too chaotic. This doesn't have to involve the Commonwealth at all.
Not yet.
Yeah, we don't have to. The story doesn't even need the Commonwealth. They'd be way out of their jurisdiction anyway. So we've got other wars to fight with the Commonwealth. So we'll bring them in later.
Well, and also too, this is the introduction to the ship.
Yeah.
Don't make things more complicated than they need to.
That's actually why I'm here. Yeah.
Right now, you need to focus on the captain and the crew.
Yeah.
And start small.
Agreed.
You don't need to introduce your big bad and.
Yeah, we don't need to have the Klingons in this story. It's all right. There were no Klingons in the first episode of Star Trek.
Shit, I don't even think the Klingons showed up for the first half season.
Yep, you're about right. So, all right. Go up
It's
the
like
freighter.
this story is very old that I'm working on. The characters are very old. I don't know why my brain suddenly wanted to work on this, but I'm doing this 2 pages at a time, and for some reason, Karita showed up first. And this is me introducing her.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm stuck. I don't know what to do after page 8 where she rams the orc. So I'm trying to figure that out. Because I already have three of the arcs mapped in my head.
Right.
So I have Wandering Night, which is Karita, Slumbering Beast, which is Credence, and then Forever Night, which is Anita. And actually, Forever Night should be Forever Nights. And then there's a 4th character, and I'm not sure what to do for him just yet. But they'll all have their own introductory arcs. And that's the 3 of the 4 introductory arcs. Boy, this feels like old times, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just working on Fallout Wastelands game.
Yeah. I'm looking for a word. Lost a word.
Well, you need the word to say.
When you're being like, if somebody says, "Can you?" I don't know. Can you play music? Let's say, and you can't really play music. You just started playing music, so you use the word. It would be very.
Novice?
No, it'd be a. You say there's a phrase for it that people use, which is like almost like you're using the word liberally if you say that I play music. You know what I mean? Like, kind of that kind of statement.
Oh, okay.
It'd be very.
I don't know if you'd call it music.
Right. That's what I'm kind of headed for, is that feeling. You're being very gracious if you call it music. You're being very, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of that word there.
I call it music, but my teacher called it a cat screaming in a bag.
Exactly.
That's my sense of humor.
My sense of humor would be what you call music is, or how you describe my music would be the same way that Stevie Wonder describes the sun.
Right.
I think we're all kind of saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Using different analogies.
Yeah. And actually, maybe that's the solve. Because it would also bring in a bit of the character's personality. Like, this is a great time to really introduce the character.
Yeah.
Oh, for the love of... Is that on my side? I can get viewers on the cheap. No, that's not on my side.
That must be on, guys. Give me a second, I'll take a look.
What's on? What are we doing? Oh. Hey, I had cheap viewers. Look at me getting cheap viewers.
Yes, that's guys.
Wow. I'm actually getting them this time. Oh, I was going to talk to you about fixing
I already did it.
Oh, okay, thank you. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. Yeah, so that was my cousin who was writing and saying, "Do you play music?" And I was like, I think calling it music would be generous. However, I restrung Dad's guitar, and I'm playing it every day. Not well, because I just picked up guitar like this week, so But then I was like, I'm trying to channel Uncle Hamp, because we had in our family, because he's the son of my grandfather's sister. That's the cousin he's at. The other brother of my grandfather and my great aunt, if you want to call her that, was he used to be a musician, and he played guitar, and like he actually played in venues, and he went to Tennessee and Nashville and stuff like that. So he was a professional musician. So I'm making the joke of I'm trying to channel the spirit of Uncle Hamp, or at least not offend the spirit of Uncle Hamp, not make his ghost come and haunt me. Yeah, that's really what I'm after here. I've been trying to learn flamenco guitar too, which makes it even funnier. Because, of course, if I'm going to learn something, I want to learn something completely different than everybody. Like, all the normal people around me don't play flamenco, so. See, I really wanted also to have a Chang and Bennett scene, because in one of the iterations of this, I had the best scene laid out, where Bennett kept stealing all the food off of Chang's desk, and Chang, like she just keeps coming in and stealing bits of food off of her desk to eat it. And Chang's like, "Don't you? What's wrong with going down to the mess?" And Bennett says, "Oh, stolen food has no calories," which I thought was just such a great one-liner, and I still want to use that somehow. The whole concept that she steals the food because she doesn't think it has calories. I think it's just awesome. So I want to use that somewhere.
You can always use it in a later one too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I need to have the two together anyway.
Or goes, oh wait, no, stolen food tastes better.
I think I've seen that one. I just like the stolen food has no calories. That's funnier. I've seen the taste better part.
I've seen it in real life with my dogs. They steal each other's food all the time, and it's the same food.
Hey, Donald. Welcome aboard.
Hi, Donald.
So, well, it's all right, because I've got to go somewhere between the scene with Alex in sickbay. We can't just move to the scene where they interrogate Alex, because that you need to put a scene in between it. Yeah, sipping your coffee. Oh, that is awesome, because that would be the one where that's the next thing is she reaches for the coffee and like Chang just slaps her hand or something. It was like, there are lines. That would be good. Okay, Donald, you have added to the scene quite significantly, because we've already established that Chang's coffee is sacred.
Or she's not even looking at Chang is looking away. You see her reaching to the coffee, and you just see, and Chang just goes, "You touch it, you die."
Right? Or, yeah, she just holds up a finger and says, there are lines. She doesn't look. She just holds up a finger and says, there are lines.
Because she knows.
Yes, she knows you're going after the coffee.
So what you could do is to kind of keep that scene in after the part where you have Max tell Alex, "Hey, you need a kind of we need some alone time, so be careful what you say." That scene. So don't open your eyes yet. Don't wake up.
Yeah.
But quick lowdown. Here you go. We need to talk.
Yeah.
So
And
use
then,
this line, and then you can have it cut to Chang and such, like in Chang's ready room, where she kind of gives a synopsis of what Alex said in there to what's her name?
to Bennett or
Yeah,
to
Bennett.
yeah.
That way you don't have to have it coming from Alex and then being repeated. You just have Chang giving Bennett the lowdown.
Well, I was actually thinking that we could go with a sick bay, and you have the girl asleep. Alex is asleep. Max shows up and says, "Don't open your eyes. You know, we just listen to me. It's been a little time. There's been some time, and I need you to sort of play this part." And then cut to Chang and Bennett, and Bennett's sitting in the ready room, and we're doing the food thing, and then Chang is on the communication line with the bridge and saying, "Well, where is the Bregman?" And and then of course the bridge is like, "We don't have it on the scope." And, well, did it transition out? I don't know, sir. We're still not able to see it. Sort of thing. Like, they're trying to look for that freighter. They can't find the freighter. They don't know what's going on. And she goes, "Well, keep me posted," because she's like, "You obviously lost the freighter somehow. How did you lose a freighter? We're a military ship. How did you lose a freighter? Come on." So, because the last thing she's going to think is that it blew up.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of thinking along the lines like you use as this conversation happened.
Yeah.
Outside of this room between Chang and Alex, after Alex woke up, you have Max, and you can have it so that that Alex's eyes open, and Chang going, "Hey, we need what's going on," to Alex. You don't explain that part of the story. You kind of end it there, and then you have Chang kind of as that recap of what that conversation was.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking. I like what you're saying, but I think we could actually show not tell on that one.
Yeah.
So we could go from this scene, and then at the end of this scene is Chang and Bennett talking about what's going on with the freighter, and then the scene ends with sickbay calling in and saying, "Captain, she's the skipper, she's awake." And they look at each other. Well, let's figure out this mystery. You know what I mean? Like, let's go figure out what this mystery means now. And they'll go talk to her, and we can do a show not tell, and have her then have a scene where she explains what Max told her effectively.
Yeah.
And I'll put that here.
How big is this freighter?
How big is what?
The freighter.
Oh, it was a pretty large freighter. But it was, unfortunately, it was a long ways out, though. So
it got destroyed in.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, what is the size of this freighter? How big of a scope are we talking? Because the bigger you make it, the more intense that scene is. Because you can have the response of, how did we lose something the size of a moon?
Right.
Out there.
It's not that big, but it is big. It's not moon sized. But really, we lose the freighter because of this other problem that's going on.
But the other the other problem is this is setting up the other problem,
Right.
but you want to give scale and you want to give it so like you have her respond, how did we lose something the size of a large city, or how did we lose something the size of a capital city
Right.
in space? Because at that point, for the readers, they have the scale of the ship
Right.
that
Right.
they
Right.
can understand and the scale of the problem.
Yeah, makes sense. That's good. So the freighter is relatively large, but it could be larger. I always feel like freighters are always the wrong size. Like, it's space. All you really need is an engine and a cockpit, and then the biggest like containers you can think of. Because it's space. All you have to do is just push it to speed, and you're good. You could haul like massive stuff around.
Look at the Nostromo from
The alien. Yeah.
yeah.
But
And that's the
that's my
thing.
point is give it some scale for the readers to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cheapen it by going, well, I have this other thing I want to talk about. No, it's because you want to talk about that you want to introduce the size of how big this freighter is. You don't
Right.
want to just drop it and make it seem like nothing.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, because I think the twist on this, because what I've got to do is I've got to make I've got to make issue 2 and 3 tie together. That's the problem I'm having, is they don't tie together. So I think what's going to have to happen is we're going to spend issue 2 looking for the Thomas Bregman. We can't find her. And then finally it's going to have to be, look, we're going to have to go look for that ship. And that's what's going to have to happen. And then they'll take off and leave to find out the ship's been destroyed.
They find a debris field.
Right. They find the debris field. And I think that's probably the best. And then that gives a good, oh crap, what's going on? So yeah, so that's good. So the episode issue 2 will end with debris field. That's what we know as the end of issue 2. Because that's good. That's exactly what it should be, right? Issue 1 is here's the problem, or act 1 is here's the problem. Act 2 is a complication to the problem, and then act 3 is the resolution.
Yeah.
And that's good. The debris field then is caused by the thread, which is loose and shouldn't be loose in the system.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Right? Donald's saying the Death Star, which is full of just stuff. Right? Or at least some cheese crackers to go with it. If you're going to have debris, you have to have crackers. Crackers and debris. And
government cheese.
Right, government cheese.
Sorry, I'm pulling a guy during the base.
Oh,
You're pulling what?
A guy. How
Oh.
you kind of came up that you like you have the chaos in the background
Oh yeah.
for your art.
I love that.
So I do dirt.
I'm liking the doggy there. I hope that's a dog.
It is. It's dead. It's dead meat.
Oh, it's dead meat. Nice.
So this is for the Fallout Wastelands miniature war game, and it comes with dead meat. I've also got the guy in power armor.
Dead meat's bigger.
No,
No, I guess dead meat's the right size.
Yeah.
He was just closer to the camera a little minute ago. That's all.
Yeah. I'm happy how the power armor came out.
Yeah. That one's nice too.
So. I just gotta let that dry. And clear coat.
Later on. See you later, Donald. Good night.
Bye,
good
Donald.
night, Donald.
Yeah, so I like this. Max tells Alex to tone it down. Don't make a big deal about this. Just move on. And so she's like, okay, we'll do. And so she does. And that allows us to have a little bit better discussion here. But it also will disarm Chang and Bennett and get them off of her case completely, which is what she needs. So then we have to get the "this is stupid, we're a military ship, we shouldn't lose a freighter" commentary. She's like, how did we lose a freighter? We're a ship with a line. Well, maybe we're not really a ship with a line, but you get the idea. Shouldn't lose a freighter. So I'm going to have to come up with a... Oh, I know.
What's your navigator's name again?
Yeah, that's what I was about to head for. I was just about to go for her. The navigator is better spec. But
Yeah.
our pilot is the other one.
Yeah. Let me ask you, who would be in control of the sensors and that type of thing?
Better spec.
That's
what I was thinking. Is put better spec, a scene with better spec talking about, and something about, look, I've done the sweep like 12 times. There's no way we've lost this freighter.
May not even have to do a full scene. Be like have better spec go to pull the captain out of the infirmary with Alex, where she just makes that snap decision. Hey, we're just going to let you go then.
Yeah.
Or after they talk with Alex, then you can have it go. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and let you go, so you can find your people and your parents or whatnot, type of thing. Because you had better spec call in and be like, Captain, look, I can't find this thing.
Yeah.
And you come to Nav or gravitonics, and that's when Shane goes, "Okay, look, Alex, you can leave.
Yeah.
We're going to have to probably leave the area soon, and this type of thing, and do our job. So, and I can't babysit you while trying also to find this massive freighter." And
Yeah.
then you can kind of have a shot of Alex leaving the ship, and then like a little block of Alex leaving the ship, and then you have the next block of Chang talking with Better Spec about, hey, we can't find this thing, we've done this and this and this, and having kind of list out everything that they've done without having a visual of it.
Right.
And then she just goes, okay, well, we'll have to go ahead and leave. I've already kicked that kid off this ship. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've got. So blow up the freighter, then we cut to Alex in sickbay. Then we cut to some scene with Chang and Bennett about losing the freighter, so that we already have a problem going on here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then we cut back to, you know, then it says she's awake, so that then we have Chang and Bennett in medical, and they say, you know, she says the thing, okay, that's fine, we can keep you here, you can go, you know, ashore or whatever, whichever one's fine by me. And so she says, you go ashore or whatever. We cut to Better Spec and Legend. Actually, I think I'm going to keep her on the ship for one scene, and then we'll let her go ashore. But then we cut to Better Spec and Legend, who are talking about, I don't know how the hell we lost this entire freighter, but we did. And the gravitics are still screwed up everywhere. And, you know, and I still don't know what's going on with Moment or why it moved. And this is all bothering me, right? Then we cut back to Alex and Max in the, you know, wherever they are. They're just sitting and talking, because I do want to wrap up, because we start with this first scene where Max says, play it cool, and then that's it. So yeah. I want to have a follow-up scene of, okay, why did you make me play it cool? You know what I mean? So that Max can say, look, here's the deal. It's been some time, and things aren't like you think they are. This is not good. And then Alex can say, yeah, well, there's more to it than that. Like, the entire system's all screwed up. And Max goes, how do you know that? And she goes, I can feel it. Can you feel it? No. You know, which is funnier because Max is, of course, coming out of her head. So how Max doesn't feel it is beyond me. So that's all right. Max is the View character anyway. Then we cut to, you know, this is stupid. We're a military ship. You know, we shouldn't be losing a freighter. Let's put everybody ashore, recall our teams, and let's just go look for it. And they leave. And you know what? Those two should be backwards. You're right. These should be backwards. This is not in the VIP. We won't put her in the VIP quarters. She goes ashore.
Mm. Take her off the ship, and then that way you can have that scene with Max and her
after.
Yeah. Right. Take her off the ship, because as far as I know, they're in a combat zone, and there's going to be no space for some kid on a ship like that.
Right.
So be like, look, you're not part of the military. You don't need to be here, or you can't be here. Just kind of have it that way. We're in a status where you can't be here.
Right.
So I got to kick you off, because we're going to leave to go find start rescue operations on this missing freighter, or we have to go back up into space,
right?
Because we can't just sit here. We can't sit here we can't be here like a sitting duck, because as far as I know, they have to be ready to start shooting. Think like yellow alert, and then. So you have her and Max come off. You have the ship take off and start flying away, and then you kind of can talk a little bit about with the pilot and Better Spec going, hey, we gotta get a visual. This is our last location, so we got to start looking in this area. Let's also look at drift and this type of thing. Give it a little bit of science with it. And you cut back to Max and Alex because they finally, you have them off camera type of thing, find a place that they can kind of sit away from other folks that are in the area who are doing rescue ops.
Right. They can go out into the city somewhere which has been destroyed under the guise of I'm looking for my mom and dad. But that's where she takes the motorcycle that I've been the motorcycle that I designed, that one wheel motorcycle, which I really like.
Have her ask the captain, well, can I get some sort of transportation or something until
she can just find it. I'm sure she can find something. She doesn't need it. I mean, we just start with her on the motorcycle. I like that.
Yeah. And then they just find a spot and you have them have that scene of them talk of Max telling her, hey, this is what's going, or something happened.
Right.
This is what I believe is happening. And then you can have that scene with Alex and Max while it's doing that off-camera type of thing of them going out to search for this freighter.
Right. And then as we get to the end of it, the end of this issue, they come up on the debris field. There's a debris field. They start looking around and poking around, and then all of a sudden, there's a gravity wave heading straight for them. Cut to the end, to be continued. So that way we can have that moment. Something destroyed this freighter. Well, of course, the truth of the matter is a freighter is nowhere near a Corvette as far as, abilities. So it's not like the Kittywake's actually in threat, but it won't be pretty when that wave hits it, just like it hit it before. So, we can do the whole, threaten the ship without actually risking blowing it up. So it doesn't seem so strange that it blew up the freighter, but it didn't blow up the Kittiwake.
Well, does the Kittiwake have shields compared to the freighter?
Oh yeah, the Kittiwake can actually drop a moat around it, a gravity moat.
And so you you have that as their gravity wave incoming, drop the moat.
Right.
Or prepare to drop the moat, and that's where you kind of end it there, because then you're going, did they drop it in time?
Right. Did everything happen? Yeah.
What happened? And so then with book 3, that's where you can kind of open it back up of, this happened, we dropped this, we did XYZ to protect ourselves.
What happened? Someone set up us the bomb.
Right. Nothing like setting us up the bomb. Okay, that's good. Issue 2, I feel pretty comfortable about. That sounds solid. One, two, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 scenes so far in issue 2. It's a 32-issue book that gives us 4 pages per scene. I think our Chang and Bennett scene will be longer, so it'll be 6, so we'll borrow from somewhere else.
Well, you don't need to have a long scene with Alex in the medical bay.
Yeah, that one's probably not going to be as long, though.
Yeah.
I think the thing about that one is going to be, it's going to be dark, then you see a cat, and then the cat comes over, crawls around, does cat things. You know what I mean? Like, so you can go, is that a cat? What's a cat doing on the ship? And then the cat jumps up on her and says, don't open your eyes, just listen. You know? And you're like, okay, not a normal cat. Gotcha. You know what I mean? But I see that being only like 3 pages tops, maybe 4 on the outside, as you got cat.
Because you could probably get that in a page and a half, really.
Yeah, really, that's not a lot.
You have.
Right.
And what you could do is, for reference, is you could do it probably in about a page and a half.
Yeah.
But also draw it up with multiples just in case. So if you need to pad your pages in a minute or two, because you've got everything else, but you're like short a page or something, then you know where you can plop some stuff into.
Right.
Or if you run out of pages, you know where you can pull it from.
Right. So that's good. We'll figure it out. I don't know. But this gives me enough room that if I think something else up by looking back over the first issue, like, oh God, we need to add this one thing because I referenced it in the first issue and forgot, or whatever. If there's something we're not tying up, we've got room here. So 8 scenes is great. That's a good solid, run for things and stuff like that.
Well, give me 1 second here. I'll go get my first issue.
Well, you can. I was just kind of thinking I've got room whenever I go back through it. It doesn't have to be right now. Because I'm actually kind of looking for issue 3 now and going, okay, issue 3 then has more Alex and Max and less Kittiwake as a sort of inverse.
What is that noise?
The printer.
Oh.
Nope. Printer is silent.
Oh. Then you have an open mic that makes noise.
Okay. I'll fix it in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not terribly worried. It's just...
That and also my AC just kicked in too, so.
Yeah. I forgot to turn the water on my swamp cooler this morning. Came home to a relatively warm house that has now just finally cooled down. I was like, whoa, what was I thinking? That's much better.
Is it me? No, I think that was on his side.
Yeah.
Okay, it's earbuds. Yeah, these earbuds are really sensitive. Something's playing on my desktop audio, that's why.
You actually can spend like a lot more time also on the freighter in the very beginning.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
All right. Ever since I cleaned my desk off, Tormund's been trying to get up on it, so
Yeah.
I gotta put it up every so often to let him see it. There's nothing up here for you anymore. No more toys. They're all down there.
Yep. George has recently taken to bringing me presents. He's got the little stuffed animals that he's been playing with, and now I'm finding them in bed. So he's bringing them to my bed and leaving them in the bed. It's very adorable and somewhat scary because I'm worried about when I'm going to find like headless mice in my bed or, things like that. Right now, it's just his stuffies, his little stuffed toys, but this could change at any moment.
Yeah. See, I toss and turn too much, so Torment has learned not to hang out in my bed when I'm asleep.
Yeah. I don't toss and turn a lot, so.
Oh, so if you guys need a musical suggestion of something to listen to while you're working, I recommend Epic the Musical.
Is it epic?
It is Homer's The Odyssey put to music.
Oh. Well, hell,
Uh-huh.
I'm in.
Yeah, you can find it. It started this. It was a guy's thesis for his musical class. And he started writing it in his dorm room as a passion project.
And now the audio is back, by the way. Oh, Spotify. I can listen to it on Spotify.
Do you hear it now?
Yeah, we still can hear it. There we go. No, now it's back. Okay. Epic the Musical. Monster, the Underworld, Ruthlessness, Skyla, Thunderbringer. Wouldn't you like different This is kind of cool.
So you want to start with the Troy Saga.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Troy Saga.
Each saga is an album in itself, and there are 9 albums.
Okay. New playlist. I will call it Good. There's only 5 songs on this one, though.
That's fine.
There's a 2024 version and a 2022 version.
So do the 2024 version.
I figured, yeah. How does it know which version or what comes after Troy Saga?
Hang on. Because he has playlists of it. So
Can you all still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We're still getting that hiss from time to time, though.
I'm going to blame these earbuds because they are cheap as hell.
That's fine. If you can't do anything about it, it's just,
Yeah.
It just sounds like we're hearing your printer or something.
So you have...
with the new motherboard, it's quiet as hell.
So you have the Troy Saga, the Cyclops Saga, the Circe Saga, or sorry, is it Circe or is it? Hang on. Troy Saga, Cyclops Saga, the Ocean Saga, the Cersei saga, the Underworld, and then they just released the re-released the Thunder saga.
Yeah. Just saw the Thunder Saga on there too, yeah. Okay. So done. So complete. Thank you.
But yeah, it is so good. Like when you get to it, ruthlessness is amazing.
Mm. All right. There we go. My Mustangs get to live now.
Your little bike.
Yeah, they got crunched before, but now they're gonna live. So we start the new issue with the Mustangs in flight, and they're zipping in there, and they're saying, hey, Kittiwake, are you out there? And cut to the Kittiwake's been damaged, but she's okay. She just needs to be messed with, and so yeah, we're fine. We just need some we need some help to get back to Moment and stuff like that and stuff. So that makes it easier. Then once we figure that all out, then we cut to Alex and Max on the planet, we can talk about a little bit more what's going on in the story. Alex is being cryptic, even to Max. Mostly because Alex doesn't know exactly what's happening to her. So, but now that's where I am, is trying to figure that out. And the real reason I want to kind of damage the kittiwake a little bit is because, in theory, with a military-grade engine, she could jump to the next location quicker than the Thomas Bregman could. Just that the Bregman was available to go make the jump. Without the Bregman en route, then no one is telling anybody else that they're in trouble. So they need to get to the nearest phone booth, so to speak, which is the interstellar phone booth, which is not in this system. It's the next system over. So they have to find a repeater, which is what the Bregman was going to do, but was destroyed on its way out.
E.T. phone home.
Yeah.
Charge collect. No!
Yep. In the world of Bellatrix Rising, they don't have subspace communications, and especially when they're out in the boonies like they are here. So we're going to have them go to the local phone booth, so to speak, and make a call. But I need to slow them down long enough to have everything else prepped by Alex first. And slow the episode down, because we're already pretty much solving everything right here in the first 2 scenes of issue 3, and that's a little too fast. So we gotta slow stuff down a little bit here. I also feel like we're not showing Chang being very clever. I want a clever thing that Chang does, something clever. The rest
You
of the
want
show,
people to understand why she's the captain.
right? We don't have the captain thing going. Why is she the captain? So far, it's been relatively straightforward. Nothing. I mean, she hasn't done anything wrong, but she is supposed to be a broken person. So if I ever show her doing all the broken person stuff, we need to know that she is really brilliant to offset the fact that she's a broken person. Otherwise, why the hell would the Navy put her in charge of a ship? You know? So I've got to think of something to do in issue 3. I like this so far, though. This setup is good. This is a fine thing to. We're rolling along. These 2 issues will fit together really nicely. We just need 1 or 2 more things where she does something very brilliant. I'll figure it out. I'll think it through. I only have 1 problem now left, instead of just the whole thing needs to be rewritten, which is where I was before I started the show tonight.
Ooh, ooh, I like that. So she gets shot by the arrow,
Fuck.
which causes her to drop the torch, which goes out. And now she's grabbing her arm in darkness.
Look. The one thing I hate painting with white.
I use, what was the color?
It's not that I don't. It's not that I have a problem with the actual color. It's more so when I paint. So these are acrylics.
I'm gonna say, is that Gandalf?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I've moved to my Lord of the Rings stuff right now.
Hey, I'm just proud of myself for identifying Gandalf. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And you're going to
No.
have him as Gandalf the White, so that makes sense.
No, there was. It might be yellow that I'm thinking of, but there's a undercoat that you paint on that's like pink,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can paint. It might be yellow I'm thinking of, and it
Yellow is
actually.
one of those that's better to have a light undercoat for because
Yeah.
then it shows up better. But no, the problem I have with this white is it dries so quickly.
Oh.
So I
Okay.
gotta like constantly take my brush back into the water as soon as I get it painted, and then I start seeing like these little individual chunks, and then I gotta pull it out and then rinse and then keep doing it back and forth, back and forth. That's the problem I keep running into when it comes to white. Is to me at least it dries way too quickly comparative to other colors. But yes, this is Gandalf. So I'm a miniature war gamer.
You only play little teeny wars,
Yeah.
Spanish American War and stuff. That's it.
There's actually a Civil War set out for a while.
That's not a miniature war. That was a pretty big war.
650,000 American casualties, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty serious war.
Yeah, you could use it for a Spanish American War 1 too.
I
did this earlier.
I don't know if you're catching the joke. I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, hey, that's an Akira.
Yeah.
See
so
that?
I started getting some paint on this guy.
He loves Akiras.
So
Did you print that?
Yeah, I printed this a while back ago.
Okay.
It's been sitting in a box, and then I've been slowly trying to get rid of stuff, and I was like, you know what? I need to sit down and just paint that thing.
Yeah. Akiras are the best. That's my favorite ship. If I were to actually do a TNG era fan comic, it'd be about an Akira.
I like the look of the Akiras because they don't look like your typical spaceships.
No, and they've got aggression. They look pretty like you don't want to mess with that ship.
Yeah.
It has sort of that look of, no, you don't want to mess with it. And I love the fact that it's a through deck carrier. That one always gets me. I love that idea. The idea of it carrying a fighter squadron or two is just cool, you know. It's got a Federation fighter squadron in there, just hanging out, waiting. All right, guys, we're down to 2 minutes.
But we've done good work today.
We really did.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an entire comic sketched.
I got dog meat done.
Mm-hmm.
One my Gandalf started. Because I have this one, which he'll go on the horse. And then I have this guy, which I need to fix lots of.
There we go. Save it down as that. And that way I can kill it and that won't be a problem.
Okay, then.
My thoughts exactly.
How to clothes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna reprime this guy. So I'm off to the side. Reprime. Sorry, just thinking out loud.
Mm-hmm. All right. And switch modes. And I think that I'm going to leave.
Yeah, same here. It is midnight for me.
It's midnight for you. It's 11 for me. I really do need to pretend like I'm a normal human and get up tomorrow and be a teacher. So,
Do you have school tomorrow?
yeah, got school tomorrow and the next day.
Poor guy. He has to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
So, all right. Well, I will apparently crash everything. That's what I'm doing. Clearing out all of this and closing everything down. Close, gamer. Yeah, I was going to say, you just got here just in time for us to close down the shop.
Hi, Glows.
Hi.
So, but we're all heading out for bed now. We're all tired and stuff. So, time for us to head for bed. But it was good seeing you for a few minutes. We'll see you. I'll be back on again tomorrow night at 9 Mountain. So, I will see you all later. And for you guys, thank you for joining me tonight, Can and Brent. Appreciate having you here.
No problem.
I'll be back on tomorrow night. Hopefully, I'll figure out what the heck I'm going to do with Chang in the meantime, because I'm sure she's going to figure something brilliant out. That's what she needs to do, and we'll figure that out, and then that'll wrap up issue 3, and should be really cool. And then we'll go on ahead and start working that out. All right, guys, thank you for being here tonight, and I will see you all tomorrow. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye.
Bye.